Hey there, YouTube followers. Michael of Painting War Games. We're getting on to video 2 of the Blood Angels Codex review, and today we're talking about the troop choices. Now, there's only 2 troop choices. Both are equally good in my opinion. I have obviously a favorite, so we'll get started. So it's on page 65 of the Codex. We're talking about the Tactical Squad first. So you get 5 Space Marines, 4 Space Marines, and 1 Sergeant for 70 points. So that's what you get started. It's a standard, uh, Space Marine line. Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill, strength 4, tough 4, 1 wound, attack or initiative 4, 1 attack, leadership 8, 3+8. If you upgrade to the veteran sergeant, he gets 2 attacks and he gets an extra leadership, and we'll get into the whole point thing here. Has power armor, bolt gun, bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades, special rules, and they shall know no fear. Combat squads and Furious Charge, because Furious Charge is basically the universal special rule of this list. You can include up to 5 more Space Marines for 14 points a model. If the squad numbers less than 10 models, one Space Marine may take either a special weapon or a heavy weapon out of the list. If it includes 10 models, you get to pick 1 special weapon and 1 heavy weapon. You may upgrade to the Venerable or the Veteran Sergeant for 10 points. The Veteran Sergeant may take items from the melee weapons and or ranged weapons. Well, that's both the sergeants that can do that. Both the sergeants can take melt bombs for 5 points. Both of them can take a teleport homer for 10 points. And the squad may select a drop pod, rhino, and or razorback as a designated transport. Tactical Marines. These are the Tactical Marines I like. Now, I have never seen the Blood Angels version, the Space Wolf version, the Grey Knights version. I don't even think Grey Knights have Tactical Marines. They have like Purifiers or something else. Whatever. I don't think there is any other codexes like that. It's Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and Grey Knights. Yeah, so I don't know about the Dark Angels, if their Tactical Marines are different. Maybe they get plasma cheaper. Who knows? From what I understand, they didn't. They were generic Space Marines. Space Wolves, I know they got 2 different. They got Grey Hunters and Blood Claws, and they are really different from these guys. I think Blood Claws are actually similar to these guys, but to the Blood Angels Tactical Marines. But basically, these are vanilla Marines with the Furious Charge special rule, which is good for Blood Angels. You got to give them a little bit something to make them unique. Which is really good in this book is that I believe these are the only Space Marines, tactical Space Marines, that can take heavy flamers. As in the heavy weapons, or in the heavy weapons slot of the War Gear list, it says heavy flamers may be taken by Stern Guard veterans and tactical squads. If memory serves me right, the generic Space Marine Codex says that heavy flamers can only be taken by Stern Guard, except for like Terminators can take heavy flamer. I thought maybe. I don't even think they can in this Codex. For some reason, I thought Terminators could take heavy flamers for some reason, but it's not in this one. So yeah, good for them. These guys, I believe, are really good. I think these are arguably the best Tactical Marines in the game. That's a biased opinion because I don't know Blood Angels, but from what I do remember, they're just like the Vanilla Marines. And Grey Knights, the Grey Hunters and the Blood Claws, they do their own thing for their own book. But as far as just generic Tactical Marines, these are the best. I would put them in a drop pod, 10 men, and I would always have the Heavy Flamer. But, you could, for the special weapon, you could take another Flamer. Yeah, it's cool. And it's cheap. It's only 5 points. Hell, even the heavy flamer is only 10 points. I wouldn't take the grav gun or the plasma gun. Um, you sort of want this mobile unit that's sort of universal. So I would do flamer melt-a-gun, homage to my salamander case. I do heavy flamer melt-a-gun. That way you can drop in. You're going to drop in the sun really squishy, hopefully next to a tank too. If you do drop into a tank, you can shoot the melt-a-gun at that. But you want to drop in next to a squad that is just going to be, you're gonna bolter them down and heavy flamer them down, maybe melt them down. With the drop pod, I would with either these guys or the drop pod, I put the teleport homer or the locator beacon. That's how I'm gonna run these guys. I'm gonna put them in drop pods. I'm not gonna put tactical marines on the field. I'm gonna drop them in. That way, I can get them where I can get that teleport homer or that locator beacon where I need it, and get my Terminators and my Death Company right where I want them. And that way, they don't scatter. So, the next entry is Scout Squad. You get, for 4 Scouts and a Scout Sergeant, 55 points. The only difference between these guys is regular Scouts have Weapon Skill 3 and Ballistic Skill 3. They have 4+ save because they have Scout Armor, they have Bolt Gun, Bolt Pistol, Frag and Crack Grenades. They have a little bit more rules. They shall know no fear, combat squads, furious charge, infiltrate, and move through cover and scout. These are scouts, so you're getting all the scout rules, but you're getting furious charge on top of it. Why you would want to charge with scouts, maybe just as like a tie-up unit, because they are toughness 4. You're just gonna bog into some of these guys. You could take up to 5 additional squad or scouts for 11 points model. The entire squad may take camo cloaks for 2 points a model. They may replace their bolt gun with a Space Marine shotgun or close combat weapon for free. Something I don't understand why you'd ever do. Any model may replace his bolt gun with a sniper rifle for 1 point per model. That's something I'd do. One scout may replace his bolt gun with one of the following: heavy bolter for 8 points. It may also take Hellfire rounds for an additional 5. Missile launcher for 15 points, and it may also take flak missiles for 10 points. That is a subjective thing. I mean, I think it could be cool to give one guy the heavy bolter and maybe Hellfire shells. If you had the entire squad with sniper rounds, I don't know. It's something I would toy with. You can upgrade the sergeant to a veteran sergeant for 10 points. I don't see why you would. Both sergeants can take from the melee and ranged weapons. They can take melt-a-bombs for 5 points, a teleport homer for 10. I mean, because these guys, you'd be wasting a drop pod on these guys in the 4-sword slot. My opinion about scouts, and this is how it has been since I played Salamanders with the generic Space Marine book, is that scouts are good as snipers. They're good at you put them in a bit of terrain. They have the camo cloaks, and they have sniper rifles. Because sniper rifles is range 36, strength X AP 6, heavy sniper, and I believe they get that rending special rule. So if you roll a 6 to wound, it's a precision shot or it has rending of some sort, and they have poison, some variation of poison. That's why they're strength X. I mean, you could toy the idea that you have 9 snipers, and the whole squad would need to take camo cloaks, which is cool. And then you give one guy the heavy bolter. Hellfire shells, I believe that's like poison rounds, if memory serves me right. I'm probably not going to find it in here because special issue war. Oh, Hellfire shells, yeah. They're strength 1. Okay, it's cool. They are really short range, so I wouldn't even take them now. Hellfire Shells are range 24, strength 1, AP dash, heavy 1, blast, 2+ poison. Really? Okay. Well, they changed that from what I remember. Oh, it was Hellfire rounds. What I remember. This is what Vanguard veterans or Stern Guard can take um, from the generic Space Marines. These guys get Hellfire shells, so it's a blast and it's a 2+. I just give them all sniper rounds. Screw it. Just make it simple, easy. Um, why mess with a good thing? Is my opinion. So, yeah, if you want to take scouts as a cheap troop choice, go ahead. I'd say give them sniper rifles and camo cloaks, and just let them start picking out units. Like saying, okay, they're 36 inches. You move them up so that way they can touch anything on the other side of the board. You get them up there in that 12 inch. You put them in a piece of terrain. You give them that camo cloak, gives them an extra cover save. So yeah. Let me see what camo cloaks even do. It gives a +1 to the cover save, and if you don't already get a cover save, you get a 6+. So it's cool. You try to get them in a piece of terrain that is a 4+ cover save, which is the same as armor. The camo cloak gives them 3+. So I can see uses for both of them. I can see tournament players really spamming scout squads and just sort of letting them sit behind and pieces of terrain just mulching guys down that way. Tactical squads, I think, are arguably the better choice. Sure, they are 3 points more a man, but you are getting such the better buy because you can drop pot them in and you can just land them where you need to. So that way, your guys that are going to hit heavy, which is Death Company guys, that's in my opinion, these guys are going to hit hard. You want them to come in, and you need the Space Marines to sort of be that buffer there for like 2 or 3 rounds, because you're not going to be able. You can charge turn 2 with the tactical squads that come in turn 1. These guys will arrive turn 2. They'll assault turn 3. So you need the tactical squads there to sort of be a meat shield. That is arguably going to dish out some pain. So, alright guys, the next video is going to be on elites, and there is a plethora of elites. I'm probably going to have to break that up into 2 videos because I think there's like 8 or 9 choices, and I made that last video like 30 or 40 minutes, and that was retarded. Yeah, so we're going to get to my favorite elite choices, which is in the next video: Death Company, Stern Guard, and Terminators. Those are my top 3 out of this codex, at least. Which one will be my top pick? You guys will see in the next video. And my name is Michael of Painting War Games. And as always, keep gaming.